Hi everyone, I'm Grahtles, and as you can see, we are up to advanced aluminum production. So we have to scan for some nitrogen gas. So let's go ahead, get started, and go look for that nitrogen gas. Alright, I'm going to pop up here, and scan for nitrogen gas. So I'm going to press V, it's right there, and go see if we can find some. So, I actually found some, and I actually was super close to it with our trains. So I actually set up a train to just bypass our sulfur and connected it to our nitrogen gas. So let's go ahead and head down that way and check it out. So you're going to be amazed at how close this was. I was actually following the nitrogen gas. And as I'm following it down the railroad tracks, I'm like, wow, this is really close. And I just kept going, and it was literally right there. So I'm going to show you. And I just keep talking because we do have a little ways to run. But we're getting closer. So there's where our nitrogen is. And as you can see, it's not far from where we had a train to our sulfur. So I'm just going to bring this down. Don't worry about the concrete. I never cleaned it up. That happens. I don't know why I scanned for a billion different things, but there we go. So as you can see, our nitrogen is right over here. Alright, so here we are. And these are where we're going to start from. So nitrogen gas, that's this. We're going to need a different thing for that than we do for this. So this is pure, normal, and pure. So most of them are pure nodes. So let's go ahead and get what we need for this. So the first thing we're going to do is go to production and the resource well pressure. So this is the pressurizer. And you can put it on here any way you want. Doesn't really matter. But it won't start working, and you can't put down the other things until you get it hooked to power. So we have the train station here, and this is the only thing that actually needs power. So I'm just going to hook that up, because right now we don't need electric to anything else. Next, let's get the resource well extractors. So I'm going to put one down on here. Just going to face the pipe. I'm not sure how I'm going to run the pipes, but we'll do that for now. We'll do that one straight on. That one straight on. This one will turn towards the center here. Now, remember, your pipes can only hold 600. And I do have this split in two. I am not really sure how much the train actually, pushes it through per train ride. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. But let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I thought there was 7. There is 7. There's one over here. So I think what we'll do is we'll take 3 of the pure nodes, and this normal node right here we won't even take. Alright, so let's check this. So this does 120 per minute. 120 times 3 is 420, so that 3 of these could take one pipe, 3 will take the other pipe. So let's go ahead and connect a pipe. So let's go to logistics, Mark II. Can we reach that? No. So I think what we'll do is, let's make this clean. We'll just bring this here and keep it straight to the edge. And we do want it pointed in. There we go. Now let's see if this will reach to that one. It will. And if this will reach to that one, it will. Alright. Next, I'm going to do E. I'm going to turn this upside down. Approximately where that is. And that should be it. Let's see, we can go right under there. There we go. Put another one. There. Now you don't have to worry about lift on these because it's gas. But it does carry through like, oh my god, like liquids. My brain is fried tonight. I am doing this probably. Let's come over here. I'm gonna change this one. Too late. I should have, I should do this in the morning. I am definitely better in the morning than I am at night, but I did want to get a couple of episodes ahead. So this way I don't fall behind if I get busy. So there we go. So we got 3 pipes to that, 3 pipes to that. That is going into here, our freight platform. It is full at 24, whatever that is, M. And that's going to be carrying it back to where I was. So let's go back to the hub area. That's where I'm bringing it to. And I actually started building a new building for this. I'm not sure how big it's going to have to be, but I was having fun with the trains and the building. So yeah, let's go ahead and head back. I won't make you suffer through this. I'll cut to when we get there. Alright, so here's the train station in our hub area. Let me show you where it is. So there's where we're bringing the sofa. Here's our spiral right here. And here's the front of what I started to do. I was just having kind of fun with it while I was kind of off camera. And just kind of building. I don't know really what we're going to need for this. But yeah, it is fun watching the trains come in and out. I'll tell you, it's quite fun. But anyway, here comes our train to pick up the nitrogen gas, which it's full, so it's not going to pick up anything. And here comes our other train with the sulfur, just docked right there. So anyway, we have our train coming in from this side and leaving from the front. So I think where we're going to build our nitrogen gas, we're going to have it coming out of here. This is to unload right here. We have it set to unload. The other side is set to load. And we're going to have to start setting up for, I forget what it is, but yeah, sure. We'll figure it out. Let's grab a blender. All right, so here we are. All right, we need cooling systems and fused modular frames. That's what we're setting up for. Because we definitely need the nitrogen gas for that. So, these guys are kind of big. Let's go ahead and let me just get a little bit of an idea where we're going with this. So, I could find our corners here. Could bring this building back a little further. Probably at around here. And bring that back from there. Let's see. Zoop this across. This way it gives me somewhat of an idea of what I'm doing. I can make this larger if I need to. But yeah, this is kind of where I want to work with inside this area. Over on that side, I'm not sure what we're going to do with this side. We do have a little bit of space over here, but it's not really a lot. So let's go over to here and see what we get. Alright, so let's grab our... I'm just looking. We pull off the belt. We could come underneath. We have a lot of room underneath here. So we definitely can come in from the bottom and bring it up. So what are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're kind of square. Okay. Alright, let's go back to the blender here. This guy takes up a lot of room. And I'm not sure. We're gonna go from this side or that side. But let's just say we came from about... Let me click H. It's a lot easier. Yeah, we'll go there. How many can we fit? We could fit 4 with probably an aisle down. So let's get rid of this one and this one. Let's do 4 here. So that's right. That looks right. But it does not look right there because, yeah. This is why I build off camera. Because I can mess things up so badly, it's not funny. It's easier for me to do this off camera. But because some people like the longer format and like when I mess up, quite often I do that. Yeah. Anyway. So, cooling systems or fused modular frames. Which one do we want to pick first? Let's go with the fused modular frames. 37.5 nitrogen gas. We should have plenty on just the one line. And then, if we were to do... Let's see. Come over to here. Spin this around. We came all the way to the edge. Came off of there. So, right there. 2. And then let's come over to this side. Right there. And there. That should be pretty even. This is going to be our cooling systems. So we actually need water for cooling systems as well. Don't ask where we're going to do that from. Actually, we do have water over there. I could pull some water from over there. So I might want to actually flip this and this. So I think we'll do the fused modular frames on the other side and do the cooling systems on this side. That just makes sense. Let's Control C this, and then Control V, Control V, Control V, and then let's go over to here. We got the modular frames there, there. That should be modular frames and modular frames. Alright, so there you have it. We have cooling systems and modular frames. So we should start piping in our gas. So over on this side, it shouldn't be a problem. Let's go ahead and pick one of our spots here. Gonna grab this. Gonna make it R, 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 R. There we go, straight. Bring it all the way down to about there. And then bring it to the end there. Alright. I'm gonna press E. Put it on the last one. The last one. And pipe that in. Pipe that in. And then we can do that. Alright, so that's pretty simple for the nitrogen gas. The other thing we're going to need is casings and heavy modular frames. Not a big deal. We'll be able to pull that right from our lifts over there. And we could bring it in from under the floor. That would make the most sense. Now we have to use this and probably go vertical and go across the top or go underneath. So what I'm thinking is underneath. So we have these guys right here. And we should be able to do that. Grab that pipe. Ooh, that is twisty. Let's do this proper. Oh, it's me. I know why. Because if you have it on straight, it doesn't work. Hit R, and then it works. It's auto mode. It's just a me problem, not a you problem. It happens all the time. Alright. Let's go back in. We'll grab that. We're going to do this as straight as possible. And... doesn't like the straight mode. So we're just going to use auto. Just trying to see about where that is to make it as straight as possible. That would be right about there. Let's go right there. I think that's straight. Hope it's straight. If not, that could be a problem. Alright. So before we finish that, let's do this. Let's grab a floor hole. Put it there. No, let's take that out a second. Let's run a pipe here first. Which, by the way, Jake does not like when I do this. He thinks I should put in one of the connectors first and then connect it to that. I don't do it that way because I'm stubborn. I like running it like that, and then this is why I have problems and he doesn't usually, because I don't listen. It's fine. Alright. Now I can put a floor hole in. Right about here. I'm gonna grab that. Put it. Line it up with that floor hole. And I think I'm gonna move this back just a little bit. To there. Grab that. Auto. There we go. And then let's go ahead down. And bring that into there. Alright. So gas is run. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. Alright. This needs water. That's gonna be the bitch. I'm not gonna lie. The running water is gonna be... ugh, I don't want to run water. But the good part is it's 120 for water. This takes 30. We got 4 machines. It's 120. Perfect. It's only gonna take one of the water extractors. I just wish there was water closer by. And no, that doesn't seem to be the case. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Alright. So we need heat sinks. Bum, bum, bum. We don't have heat sinks. No, we don't. We're not making heat sinks. That may be something we should look up. Heat sinks. There we go. Heat sinks. Alright. That's just an assembler. You know what? That might be a good thing. And in case you didn't know what I did, I pressed N, and you could just type anything you want into here, and it will tell you, you know, it'll bring up stuff like that, and then tell you exactly what you can do with it. So anyway, alright, we need an assembler. So, that space over in here, which I was talking about, that I thought might be wasted space, we could probably do some assemblers in here, make some heat sinks, and possibly bring it across the top of this on the ceiling or under the floor. Why am I keep forgetting about the floor? Yeah, probably the floor, because that's the best way to do it. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So let's go ahead and grab some assemblers. So production. Hold on. I just realized I didn't pause the time. Best freaking mod ever. Alright. I apparently want to delete everything. No. Heat sinks. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're going to copy this. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we got plenty of room to bring those up and bring those down. Yes. Okay, we're good. We're gonna drop this down. So let's get rid of all this. And get rid of that, that, and that. Alright, so next what we're gonna do is, let's do a little bit more here. We're actually gonna put floor holes in on the bottom and split up the gas underneath. So let's go into Q logistics. I'm gonna go back into that floor hole. And I'm just gonna put it, let's see, right there. There. Alright. Next, let's hook these up this way. Alright. Let's go underneath. And let's take these. Let's do R, R, R. Which I wanted to do straight. Let's see. Can't do straight. Not yet. I'm gonna do auto. Over there. Bring that. Let's see, we can't do that. We can. Hold on. R. Let's go back to straight. We'll run this straight down this line here. And bring that. Let's take this out. We'll do R again for auto. Just gonna put that there. Connect that into there. We're gonna go straight again. There we go. Alright. Now we need to come here. Let's see if we can do that. That should be fine. I don't want these little pieces, but I want to make sure I line up the splitter here properly. E. I'll grab that. Now I can remove it. Grab that again. Line that up. There we go. Remove that. And then connect that to that. That to that. Then we're gonna need this in here. I can't line it up just yet. I gotta move this down a bit. I'm trying to look for this straight. Is that straight? I think it is. Grab this. Now I can line it up with the... Come on. There we go. Alright. So now the gas is coming up from the bottom. That is perfect. So now we can run this way. And let's see, we'll go E and get these lined up. And that'll prep us for our water. And hopefully we'll be able to press E and get it right up here. That's definitely going to need a pump, by the way. Definitely going to need a pump.
2 hours later.
So next, all we have to do is just power these guys up. So let's do that. An eye on these. Make sure everything's filling up. All right. So, quick reference, I ended up making 2 more. So we're actually pushing out 8 assemblers instead of 6 to make the heat sinks. I think it was necessary. And we had enough of the aluminum sheets and the copper sheets to do so. So this is still filling up. I don't think I have a connection. What? Oh, here. That's what I didn't do. So I didn't finish connecting it. That's why always check your work. I thought I had it, but anyway, there we go. We're filling up with the aluminum sheets. And yeah, we have plenty. So this way, I can kind of pull off of these lines and set up and probably a storage bin, and then also put it out to a line. So yeah, that's how I ended up. I think we need it. So this guy is low. What are we low on? Oh, he's full. Okay. All right, so I'm going to have to connect all these belts up. I'm going to probably go underneath. Again, I'm going to merge them, go underneath, and set the lines out straight to there, and do the same with the heat sinks. So I did want to give a shout out to Aaronels, I think that's how you pronounce it, for becoming a member of my YouTube. I really appreciate it. And also for Gildarth for telling me about that I forgot to sync the forbidden ticket. So basically what you do is, let me just break this up. You just sync a ticket. Let me get 1 ticket. And we'll sync that into the sync. And then once you sync the ticket, you come over to here and you get the Cyber Wagon. So that's for syncing a ticket. So we can now buy the Cyber Wagon. Right here is our Cyber Wagon. So we could stick that over in here somewhere. Looks kind of cool. There we go. And you can try to drive it. It does not drive. It just looks kind of cool. That's about it. Alright, so I pretty much finished the building. I just need a few more lights. And yeah, I put the signs up. So we have heat sinks and the fused modular frames, the cooling systems. I kind of lit up the tunnel in here and made a tunnel over here. Let's come over to here. So we got a tunnel for the other train. This does clear the train, so we're good there. And yeah, I just did some cleaning up. I put all the belts out to the bus belt system over there. As you can see, we got the fused modular frames here, cooling systems, and over here, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, heat sinks. There they are. Going out there. We are running a little slow on the copper. I noticed that my miners were still on 300, so I cranked them up a little bit. And I also cleaned up the top of this building. It was driving me a little nuts, so we kind of have a space now on top that holds the pipe coming in and some of our belts coming in. So that's all cleaned up. So anyway, that is going to conclude today's episode, episode 15. And yeah, it was a project, but it wasn't quite as hard as it seems. Once you go step by step, it's not too bad. And there's my loss of electricity over there. But yeah, I kind of did a big massive building for it, blended it into our crazy massive mess over here, and it works. So if you like my content, you want to see more, like, subscribe, comment, share, come visit me on Discord, and I have memberships if you want to join my membership. I have super chats if you want to support me more. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.